Hey folks, Tim Newman with Lite Studios bringing you another daily assignment. Today's assignment for September 15th, 2019. Our assignment today is titled Pasta. Make sure your images are al dente on this one. If you love pasta like me, you'll have no problem finding subjects for this shoot. It just comes down to how long they last. Before you start slurping down the models, wait, that might have sounded bad. Make sure you get a few images of them. All right, let's take a look at some sample images. Tagliatelle pasta with bolognese sauce and some fresh shredded Parmesan. I'll be right back. I gotta go eat. No, seriously, I'll stay here. I love this shot. I think that the point of view here is exactly where it needs to be. Just kind of right up a little bit off the angle of the plate, really taking us into the scene. There's some little touches here in the background, that little block of cheese and the cheese grater. They're out of focus. They're not really grabbing your attention completely, but as you explore this shot, and you want to because of the way the middle field focus was put together here, you notice them back there and you realize, wow, they really are a part of the scene. I think the lighting here and the color is really great. I think this is a solid shot. About to disappear, by the way. Okay, next sample image. Pasta getting ready to be cooked. I'm not really sure how this cook is cooking the pasta on the table without heat, but hey, we can have a little bit of artistic license here. I think it's a great shot. I really like the rule of thirds here. I like the off-angle lighting that's kind of hitting the scene from the one side. It's very kind of moody and dramatic, and I really like all the ingredients that are here in the foreground. This really was never designed to be an action shot. This is more a documentary shot of pasta in the kitchen, and in that context, I think it works really well. Let's take a look at some of our elements of design that we're concerned with here. Pasta's all about lines, right? Pasta makes straight lines and squiggly lines, and there's all those other lines that turn into shapes of pasta. So you're working that in these scenes, and you're also really thinking about point of view, where you are at in relationship to this pasta that you're getting ready to take a picture of. All right, let's take a look at some more sample images. All right, we got the Atlas pasta machine in the background there, cranking out some fresh homemade pasta. I don't know if you've ever made fresh homemade pasta. I have. I love it. It's the bomb. And you get stuff that looks like this. We got some squid ink pasta in there and some regular pasta here, and we've even got some pasta here that's been dyed with beet juice, and I think the color sets here work really well. I don't know if you saw this as you're looking at this picture, but this is good old red, white, and blue. This is like pasta Americana in terms of the color sets there. I like the blue towel with the blue pasta maker, and I like the flour that's dusted across the whole scene. It kind of gives that color set and that environment, if you will, to the whole image. We've got two diagonals working here, one going from bottom right to upper left, and we have really another implied diagonal going from bottom left to upper right. And I think it works really well in this scene. I also think the high key lighting coming in from the background really sets this picture off nicely. All right. A little bit of linguine, some peppers, some peas, a little basil there, and some pesto sauce. I'm going to have a hard time finishing this one up. All right, no, seriously. Great rule of thirds here. I love the way the bowl is off center in this shot and the fork is coming over the other rule of thirds. I think that's managed really well. A lot of times we're tempted with these dishes to just stick it in the center, and that's probably okay if you're going with a 1-to-1 aspect ratio. But I think for this traditional 3-to-2 aspect ratio, you know, our full frame aspect ratio, or even our crop sensor APS-C crop ratio, this off center look works really well. There is a very minimal depth of field here. You can see immediately in the background on the table there, some of the stuff's already starting to fall out of focus. The fact that that's happening is keeping your eyes locked right onto that pasta bowl there. All right, let's take a look at another picture here. Yeah, this is kind of clever. And like I say with these things, you know, you should have some fun. And here, we're definitely conveying the message. This picture is all about pasta. But again, it's a very managed color set. It's realistically, it's all about being monochromatic here, and it works really, really well. And I think the one touch here that I think is pretty cool, kind of breaking up the pattern and everything that's going on here, is that egg yolk that we're seeing there. Critical component in making the pasta dough. Obviously, there's a message there, but I think it makes that really great break in the pattern that we often talk about. Let's take a look at our rules of composition. Rule of thirds. We've seen it in almost every picture here. It matters. Balance is important here too. Think about symmetry, asymmetrical balance, tonal balance, color balance, all those guys. Heck, sometimes you'll even have 3 or 4 balancing mechanisms in one shot. And last but not least, I think you'll agree if you think back to these last 5 samples, point of view mattered in every one of the images that we shared here. Let's take a look at our export specifications. If you're going to submit an image for semi-monthly image critique, here's how you do it. There's your guidelines right there. There is a sample file name for today's date and our naming standard. If none of this makes any sense to you, please take a look at the Update 01 video, for which there is a link below in the description. Next to that link, you will find a link for the upload URL, making it real easy for you to submit images to us. And then last but not least, there is that red subscribe button. That's a great link too. All right, get out there and eat take some pictures of some pasta today. And remember, while you're shooting that pasta, learning equals skills, practice equals mastery. We'll see you out there.